Hey guys, it's me, Anna, with Going AWOL. So I am coming to you here in my lovely hospital room. Some things I want to talk to you guys about is what landed me here. An autoimmune disease. And autoimmune diseases is something that not very many people know about or are very fully informed or well educated on, unless you probably have one. So I'm here to tell you what's going on in my life that's making me go crazy, hence going AWOL, right? So I have something that's called ITP, and it affects your platelets. So the average person has typically about 150,000. When I first got diagnosed, I was at a 2,000 and quickly depleting. I was bleeding for 4 hours out of my nose. I was coughing up, not phlegm, like actual blood clots. It was very traumatizing. It was very scary. I tried my best to like brush off the situation. When I woke up in the next morning, thinking I had just maybe strep throat, I thought, just go in, go get tested, get the antibiotics, go on about my day. I wanted to go to the lake and relax. So not what happened. It's the exact opposite. I missed a lot of work. I was hospitalized for 3 days and put on Decadron. I believe that's how you say it, Decadron, form of steroid. And I also had a transfusion, a platelet transfusion. When I say transfusion here in any of my videos, it will be typically a platelet transfusion. I don't need a blood transfusion because I have plenty of blood in my body, but the platelets is what clots that. So it's like similar to being anemic. So when I first moved out here to Texas, West Texas, I got here September 1st. I was then hospitalized September 10th. It is stress-induced, but it's also chronic. So I make things worse by stressing out. Go figure, right? And as a single mom, working a full-time job, a part-time job, and trying to like just get my life together, of course, I'm under a significant amount of stress, right? Like, I don't know any person who wouldn't be so stressed out, but not the point. The point is that I was hospitalized for the second time in September, and we are now in October, literally a month later, and I'm hospitalized again. This time, it was only at a 14,000, so that's not terrible, but they don't want you leaving the hospital without you being at least a 30. So I am here for day 2. I'm trying to leave today. They gave me my platelet transfusion. Then they gave me a different kind of steroid. But it only brought my platelet count from a 14 to a 31. So that was a little alarming. I was not ever informed that the more transfusions and the more steroid treatments that you undergo, the lower of a a backup, like your platelets are less likely to increase at a faster rate. So that's a little alarming. They bandaged my hand really weird. It's like slipping and sliding. Ugh. Doctors. So I'm only at a 31, guys. They gave me a different steroid when I got my transfusion, and then I asked about Decadron, and they gave me the Decadron today, like right now, like 10 minutes ago. So I'm really hoping that kicks it into high gear. Nosebleeds are like my first telltale sign that something is wrong. Having one nosebleed 10-20 minutes, not uncommon for me. It's when they're lasting an hour and I'm going through a whole roll of toilet paper. then I become very worried. It probably would have been fine even if they were at a 14, but honestly, the way these West Texas drivers are lately, I get into a car accident and I could literally die from internal bleeding. So how exciting. I know. But I wanted to give you guys that small update about ITP and autoimmune diseases and ways that the community could really come in and just like save someone's life like my own. I had to wait. So I got here, trying to do math while looking at the clock. I want to say 13 hours, maybe 12 hours. I had to wait, I want to say maybe like 12 to 13 hours. I had to wait for my platelet to come through from the actual blood bank. The hospital doesn't have any. If that is not concerning enough to you to go donate, you should. It is alarming. I remember when I first had to get a transfusion and I was at a 2, and they didn't have my particular blood type, so I'm an A positive. So the positive and negatives didn't matter. I just needed a donor who was an A. It didn't matter if they were A negative, A positive, it didn't matter. I just needed somebody who had type A. And it took them a minute. They had the very last bag of platelets, and it was a big bag of platelets. And on the bag, it had an expiration date of the following day. Had I waited one more day, I may not have been able to get platelets. That is how low Nevada was. Texas seems to be on a also similar situation. However, they only give you like, I don't know what their measurements are, but like instead of it being the full bag, which would be, I believe it's like 4 counts of platelets. I don't even know. I only got 1. So where like, let's say this, my whole hand is the bag, and like right to like, I don't know, like right here, it's like 1 count. I only had a small transfusion this time with platelets. So I urge every single person to go donate platelets. You are literally saving lives. And I wish there was like some sort of an incentive, because I've had so many people tell me, oh, I can't do that. I'm donating, plasma. I get plasma is important too. And they pay people to go donate plasma. I even told someone, like, what is it that's financially struggling in your life that you feel like you have to go donate plasma all of the time? And he's like, well, if I do it consistently, it's $200 a month. Then we need to reevaluate your finances. $200. To me, $200 is a lot of money too. But if I could also help save a life, maybe I need to also reevaluate. Maybe I'm just like feeling personally attacked because the people just come up with excuses, And it's just like, it shouldn't be an excuse. You see trash on the side of the floor. Are you going to pick it up? And the trash can's like right down a couple more feet away. Are you going to pick up that bottle and put it in the trash can? Or are you going to make the excuse of somebody else will see it and take it to the trash? It's really hard for me to bring you guys into my hospital room in a hospital gown, bandaged up, with my IV sticking out of my arm. This is vulnerable. This makes me vulnerable. I do not like feeling weak. I do not like giving the impression that I am weak or that I have a weakness, because I pride myself on being a very strong, independent individual, and I surround myself by like-minded people. And I am the type of person to pick up that trash and go put it in the trash can. And if the trash can isn't nearby, I'm that crazy person that usually has a trash bag in her purse. Because it's important to take care of the environment. It's important to take care of your surroundings. It's important to take care of yourself. And I do know I did donate plasma for like a long time when I first went to college. With no kids, it was just college, and I was getting paid minimum wage trying to do sorority life, and plasma saved me a lot of times. But I'm not in that position anymore because I chose to make different life choices, and now I'm in a position where I need platelets. And I wish I would have been informed what platelets were before. Maybe then I would have donated. And now I need your help to actually donate. So take the time, Google your nearest, lab that actually takes in donations. The blood bank usually will always take them too. You never know whose life you're saving. Whether that's donating blood, which is on also a very low amount, platelets, plasma, literally the whole works. It's really sad. Well, I'm tired of being sad and gloomy, and this coffee is just awful. Really, it's disgusting. Anyways, guys, AWOL is going out. You guys have a wonderful day.